Oh, pass
Here we
it
go
to
then.
yourself.
Lights are coming on now ahead of the drivers here in Portugal. 33 laps ahead of us. Who's going to come out on top? Lights are out and we are away here in Portugal. It looks like Jurassic Blazer's got a good getaway ahead of Starborger, but FYB Querty's got the best of start. He might be thinking about going for 2 moves. Querty already into the top plus UK Beast Assassin, who got a really poor start in the Haas. And down at the back, we've got a bit more cars. 3 wide going to turn 3. Owens did split that. How on earth did he call that? He made a triple overtake with it. Chicken Rosu's trying to fly his way through the field as well. Legend dropping back down to his original starting position. We've got yellow flagged Rapid Coup. Unfortunately going around a turn 1. Not sure if there was contact. Carito trying to get his way past Liam. We've got an AlphaTauri going wide. But it looks like Liam's going to have to hold on to 5th place. But and another going to go side by side heading into turn 8, Samsung corner. Carito's got the outside line, but he's going to have the better exit. He's gone onto the curb, and it looks like Carito in the Ferrari has made his way through it. But the 2 big winners on this first lap mode is Chicken Rosie and Lemba, who's fighting with SLR1 for 13th place. Can he make it work? There's been contact with Lembao, and Lembau's gone around. All that progress that he's done has been undone by LSW Legends. Slight contact from behind. And Lembao's race going back downhill. Just as I was about to say, it's been amazing. The Hayes as well, trying to get around the outside of turn 14 on Kiss Let's Go. Can she make it work now? And it's turn 15, there's still some outside. Hayes with the outside line has made it work. But Drastic Blaze has done all he needs to do out in front, and that's hold on to the lead on lap 1.
All I'm saying is stop the fucking count now. There's our top 3. Done, dusted. We called it. Let's go.
Oh, AlphaTauri's going to on my side through turn 1. Chicken Rose's gone off the road. He's had an amazing opening lap. Owen as well, trying to make up ground after having that contact at this very corner. Gets his way past SLR Marsh, but Chicken Rosary from 17th on the grid has made his way into the top 10. He's done this quite a few times this season, making his way through the field and gaining a lot of position in the opening laps.
Yeah, it's good to see from him. Obviously, he's struggled so far since stepping up from Division 3, but, well, quali pace-wise, but race, he isn't afraid to stick it in there and let people know that he's here to, not to make up the numbers, shall we say.
We've got a bit of a battle. I believe this is for 13th place at the moment. Gone Egg Fry down the inside of Legend. He's gone off the road at turn 10, but it looks like Legend is going to hold on. But has he got Legend back through? I think he does. Legend back down the inside. That's a very bold move. But the Ferrari driver has made it work on his soft tyre. Back up into 14th place now. And Golden Egg Fry maybe going to think about going for a move again. Looks like Owen's got his way past Chicken Rosary now. That's the battle for the final point position. And Legend is going to hold on for a little bit longer. Chicken Rose is now closing up to Owen once again. Maybe thinking about going for a move, heading into turn 1 bold. Alan's going to go for a move on SLR Marsh, though. The 2 Red Bull back drivers going wheel to wheel. Alan up into 12th place now, past the AlphaTauri. Zaki's Beast is our first penalty taker of the weekend. Sounds like football now. But Zaki's Beast, 3-second time penalty for track limits. I think we're going to see a lot of them this evening, Molo.
Absolutely. Interesting to see that Scar was only able to gain about a 10th down that mini DRS straight there, out of what is it, turn 4 into turn 5. So it looks like a move there might not be on unless you are right on the gearbox of the car ahead.
Joined F2 last night.
Probably being on the gearbox, you've got Hayes tucked in right behind Golden Egg Fry again. As they screw the front of the field today, the entertainment seems to be all at the back.
Legend now picks up a penalty. Second driver of the race to pick up a penalty. I was going to say, Hayes definitely proving her worth in this division, especially after that performance in Australia. Looking to carve her way through the field again today and showing some great pace so far. Up into 16th at the moment in the Mercedes driver. 3 positions gained, and I think she's definitely got the pace and the potential to gain some more. Someone who looks like they're going to gain position is going to be Golden Egg Fry to try and make his way back past LSW Legend. Position he lost 2 laps ago. And Legend using that DRS as well as the ERS to get past and Lembao making his way past TIR Hayes round the outside so on. A lovely little move for the Alfa Romeo driver after a very tough first lap after gaining 7 positions. Unfortunately having that contact with Legend, who is now only 2 cars in front of him now. onwards. Who's that? They've got an Egg down the inside of Legend into turn 5. The hairpin. Can Legend hold it around the outside? You can see he's gone off the track as the Ferrari driver. He's going up the inside line. I think maybe he is going to back out of the move, or is he? Heading towards turn 7. He's got the inside line, and he has made his way back past. Got an Egg, and it looks like Liam's now dropping places. Now, Adrian, we said he was going to be a dark horse on those soft compound tyres. He's made his way past the Red Bull.
He's only passed Liam, but he's 1.9 seconds off P5. He needs to put the hammer down now and get into that DRS train quickly. Because obviously his softs won't last that much longer.
Indeed he does. We'll see how far he can take those softs into the race. I think the predicted race strategy said they're going to take him around 15 laps somehow. So I wonder when they're going to see the cut-off go off. But Liam is going to try and make his way back past Adrian now with the DRS on the main straight and heading down towards turn 1 before they've even reached the corner. Liam is back up to 6th. Owen has used DRS to get back past out to JMC and up into 9th place now. We've got a few moves down the order, and Legend is into the pit lane with front wing damage.
Interesting. Or if that is from the contact you say with Lambo then. It must be.
Could
I've not seen him
potentially
come
be.
close to hitting anything else.
Oh, two cars have just nearly came together. So two Alpha Tauris heading into turn 5. Chicken Rosary with a big dive bomb around the outside of his teammate SLR Marsh, and he's now up into 12th place. Chicken Rosary making some really good ground on these opening laps, getting 5 positions. What else have we got? Adrian's still sticking all over the rear diffuser of SLR Liam for the battle for 6th place. Adrian's going to be quicker on those soft compound tyres at the moment, but lurking just behind is the Season 5 Division 1 champion SLR Southerner in the McLaren. Maybe looking to pounce on both of them.
Because I've been keeping an eye somewhat on the battle for first. Scar's just about getting close enough down the main straight, but he's just that little bit more. And I've been looking at the battery there. Blazer's on 82%, so he's got pace in abundance and saving the battery for when it truly matters.
Oh, Souther and Liam nearly come together. Liam losing 2 positions in within one straight. Defenceless without DRS was Liam. He's lost the place to Adrian. He's now lost the place to Southerner as well. And Adrian's got a really poor exit. So this will invite SLR Southerner to close back up to Adrian. And I think Southerner is now well within the battle now for maybe even a top 5 if he can get past Adrian here and try and close up to Rafael Carrito, who's in a bit of a clear out at the moment. Not any threat from behind and not really close enough for DRS ahead of him.
Yeah, it's a interesting starting phase of the race. So I say the front 4 of, as you're saying, seemingly ran away. Adrian, Southerner and Liam were somewhat shooting themselves in the foot with the battling. They've, as you're saying, they've lost Carrito because of it. Probably not the smartest thing to do. They're going to need a safety car now or a good pit strategy to have any chance at a top 3 finish. Oh, and Owen has just had a bit of a moment there.
He has. He's going to lose maybe a position or 2 with it as well. JMC gets past. Owen's not going to have DRS, I don't believe, on this straight. We've got yellow flags again. That's Chicken Rosary, who's had a great opening stint to this race. Has spun as well as Legend as well at turn 8, and Southerner I've just seen has used all of his battery, but with that has made his way up to 6th place at turn 2.
But he's just going to lose it again the next time round.
Chicken Rosary pulls into pit lane and retires. So we've got our first DNF for the race mode. Chicken Rosary in the pit lane, unfortunately. You don't like to see it, but a tough race. Southerner and Adrian are going side by side now towards turn 5. Southerner with the outside line. A lovely move from Adrian to get back past. That's last Southerner.
That is Chicken Rosary, I think 2nd or maybe 3rd in-pit retirement this season. And not a good trend to have.
Legend, I
going to
think,
be following the same.
Yeah. So
As long
Legend,
as he doesn't leave, because he's our bloody host.
Yeah, that's actually true, yeah. So hopefully he doesn't leave. We'll stay in, so we don't get any decent problems. I think we might have had a few in McEwen Division Jeddah. But hopefully we don't have them this evening. Southerner still right on the back of Adrian, but of course, without much back, he's getting a little bit back to be fair. But top 2, as we, I don't want to say kind of predicted, but I think expected after qualifying, have now cleared off DRS.
Legend's car as well.
Hopefully he doesn't get in the way of QWERTY. Oh, it has. Hopefully he's pulled off now, but they have lost quite a bit of time with that. And Marsh and Allen, they've been giving us some great battling in the opening laps. There's been slight contact between the two. SLR Mash makes his way back past SLR Allen and into 11th place now, just outside the points, unfortunately. But they are now within DRS. And Sutter has now got back past Adrian round the outside of turn 5. But Adrian, with the better tyres, with a better battery, can't get the better exit though. Sutter with the outside will get the better exit. And with that, we'll hold on to 6th place. I think this is a battle that's going to go on for the majority of the race if it stays like this.
I am here for it. The three of them have been giving it as much as they're getting, aren't they? It's good to watch.
They're definitely giving us some great racing action. And I think we're going to have some great racing action for the lead in a minute, because Drastic Blaze has now started to drop off and has just gone very, very deep into turn 13 now. And that has invited Scarborg well within half a second, and maybe well within overtaking range heading down this main straight.
Seems Blaze is running the lower wing setup. He was able to pull away a bit there on the approach to the back straight. And it was that couple of attempts he opened up there with a bit of battery and was better straight on speed has saved him being overtaken into turn 1 there.
We just saw lose 2 places a few laps ago to Southern, and Adrian has made one back now, past Adrian up into 7th place, and he's going to be looking to close back in on his good mate SLR Southern. This is for the battle for 6th place, and I've got a feeling maybe in a few laps we'll see Liam get back past. Owen's going to be looking for a move heading into turn 5. He's going to use the battery. He's going to send it around the outside. Yes, he is. It's going to be a very late move. This is the battle for 9th place. JMC's going to try and hold on his soft tyres. He gets the better exit as well. He's going to hold on to 9th for the meantime, but that Haas does not want to wait behind any longer.
I don't blame him at all. If he's going to try and put a championship charge back on, he needs to start climbing quickly.
Of course, Haas looking to try and hold on to their Constructors' Championship lead as well, heading into this weekend, as Alan has left the lobby, so I'll see if I can get him back in. But Owen still all over the back of JMC.
While you're doing that, we're starting a little look-see at the front again. Although, first to second and fourth to third are 7/10 gaps now. Potentially too big for a move this lap. But it's interesting to see that it has broken off into 2 distinctive battles. And here comes, as you were saying, Owen. He's usually like down the inside. It looks like JMC Softs may finally be going off. Oh, is that Lembao going to retire as well?
No, I think that's our first proper spin in the pit lane penalty. Lembao coming off those softs very early on. Only one of 3 soft runners. UK Beast Assassins made his way back past F1 AB Query, lost it on the opening lap. And on lap 10 out of 33 here in Portimao, UK Beast Assassin back into the podium places for the Haas team. But I don't think F1 AB Query is going to let him get away scot-free.
Absolutely not. The battling of these has allowed Kurita to... Oh, and Legends has gone.
Oh, I hope that hasn't just caused any desync, but JMC has just got his way back past Owen Howell at turn 8 now. I'm not sure if there is desync or not. But nevertheless, Trusted Blaze still holds on to this lead now. 6/10 gap back to Scarborger.
QWERTY is all over the back of Beast here. He's going to be past, isn't he?
I think it is.
Saying that.
No, I think he's just hit the back of him. I'm not sure.
That was a surprise to see. Neither of them were really using the battery there. He just couldn't get anything going.
Oh, I think we do have some desync because Owen's ghosted for me and Mash has just got past him. Have you seen that on your screen as well? Or
Mash is P10 for me, Owen is P8.
Uh-oh. I'm going to leave and rejoin. Hopefully that fixes it.
Hopefully it's you and not me.
I really hope so. Did Adrian go in the pit lane for you?
Pardon?
Did Adrian pit for you?
Adrian did pit for me, yes.
Okay, I'm going to go on Owen's stream quickly and see where he is. He's P8 at the moment, like 1.3 behind ahead of JMC.
Yes, 1.4 now, 1.3. 1.3 behind Liam.
Yep, that's what it says on his stream, so that's right. Hopefully, when I load back in, that's what I'm going to see as well.
Kind of need you to see the right thing.
There we go, back in. Yeah, that's what I've got as well. So we're all good. Maybe just me desyncing.
Hopefully it's only you and none of the drivers.
Fingers crossed.
I will give a Legends a clip around the ear for that one later. Might even give him the race report as a punishment, actually. So I can have a weekend off.
I need to do mine, to be fair, from last night. I haven't even thought about it yet. That's going to be a fun one to write. Anyway, back to Division 2. F2's for another day. Even though I want to get it in. Zach is beast, picking up another penalty now. I believe he's on 6 seconds of penalties at the moment. So most out of anyone in the field. Only 2 drivers picking up penalties so far. Lembow we saw get that 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, but Zach is beast. Only won the track limit penalties as it stands. Of course, lap 12 at 33. So third of the way into the race. And the battle for the lead is still going on between Jurassic Blaze and Scarborough. It hasn't closed too much, to be honest. They've kept it around this gap for about 70% of the race. But we are going to now start to get to the pit stop phases, where I think that's where it's going to get interesting.
Of course, Carita has now joined the battle for P3. He has decided to join them, albeit using quite a lot of battery to do so, down into the low teens by the looks of it. He's got onto the back of the two of them, but he's going to leave himself nothing to actually complete the overtake itself. Talking of the overtake, Quercy might be looking for one here again. No, he's just sitting behind. And Matt pits. Sumner is in the pits.
Indeed he is, so we'll see what Matt can do. Can he perform the undercut, maybe stay ahead of Liam, maybe close in to Carita. They have got a bit of a gap to him, so it's maybe just closing the gap. He's gone onto the hard tyre as SLR Southerner, so
I was about
maybe
to say, that was
thinking they won't.
Early stop from what you were saying earlier. Very early stop.
He's thinking this is going to be the better strategy, of course. We will see. We didn't think the soft was going to be the better strategy in Australia, but that guy proved us wrong. Carito's now picked up a penalty for track limit, so I said we were going to see some more, and that's a big hitter. Maybe a driver who's in the battle for the podium positions has now picked up a track limit penalty.
It's also interesting to know that Adrian has gone to the mediums after his pit stop. There's no, surely he won't be taking those 23 laps. Surely the mediums haven't got that sort of tire life, have they?
It's going to be one big ass to get them to the end of this race, but again, safety cars could come into the equation. We will see. Of course, later on, Scarborough now pits. He dropped well out of DRS range of racing a Drastic Blaze, so I think it is probably the right time for Scarborough to come in.
Very
maybe
smart move.
Put a set of hards on.
Yeah, definitely a smart move. Lose that DRS, get in, try and use the undercut. Gone to the hard tyre as well. Get those first couple of laps in. Now it's all down to Blaze. Do you think Blaze will pit this lap then, or do you reckon he's going to try to extend?
I think if you're Drastic Blaze, you kind of just got to copy what I can't even speak. What Scarborough is doing, really, because again, you're kind of out in front of them at the moment by quite a way. So sure, it's a no-brainer for Drastic Blaze coming, even if it's not the strategy you intended on going for. It's just play it safe. We'll see what he can do. Owen is now closed back into Liam. 5th place at the moment. Of course, we'll see what it is after all the pit stops. QWERTY is very much still closing to the back of UK Beast Assassin, holding well within DRS range. So I think that maybe could be the battle for the final podium place as well once all the pit stops are complete. TIR Hayes is, of course, climbing her way through the field once again.
I'm doing well considering she's under the weather.
Exactly, so we'll see what she can do. Back to its halfway point in this race. She's going to have DRS on the main straight, but I'm not sure she's going to be close enough. It'll be a big ask, but we'll see if any of these drivers around her do come into the pit lane. She's about 6/10 back as it stands, so it'll be a bit of an ask to make the move. JMC now comes into the pit lane, gets rid of his soft tyre. He's the last soft runner to pit. Hayes is really closing up to Golden Egg Fry. Is she going to go for a move into turn 1? No, she's not, but I think maybe heading down to turn 5, she might be close enough to think about going for a move.
Adrian's just got Kolesko as well. Talking of Kolesko, that hard tyre start really hasn't worked for him. He hasn't been able to make any form of gains on anyone really. Just sitting there at the back, in need of a safety car for it to work, I reckon. Safety car after this lot pit, to give him any chance of anything.
Exactly. He's going to be hoping for maybe a late safety car in this race. In the meantime, while you're speaking, Hayes now up to 8th place, past Golden Egg Fry at turn 5 with the assistance of DRS as well. She's now well within the points, and this is the closest F1 AB QWERTY has been since being overtaken by UK Beast Assassin. He's got an awful exit out of turn 14, heading through 15 now. QWERTY might maybe see himself back into the podium places here, Modi, with the DRS as well.
Absolutely, he's already gone past him, hasn't he? He was saving his battery for the last couple of laps, got back up to about 62-63%, and he's just emptied the tank there to perform a perfect overtake.
Great move from F1 AB QWERTY. I believe that is for net P3 as it stands after the pit stop. SLR Allen has now made his way back into the lobby and made his way back into 9th place as well, back ahead of Golden Egg Fry. He's had an awful exit. They've had contact of the two drivers. I don't think any of them got any damage, luckily, but Anna with a huge snap out of turn 1 after making the overtake. He's had contact with the Williams. Will hold on to the place for now. Golden Egg Fry using that DRS, but he's going to be too far back to maybe think about going for a move. Yes, he is.
Do you know how long a pit stop takes here, roughly?
Oh, now that's a hard one. No pun
Because
intended.
Scar has taken a second out of Blaze over the last lap. I've decided to flip it to the leader just to see what the gap between those two is. And Blaze is down to about 23 seconds. Although he's now going to have to get through the battle you were just talking about, Alan and Egg Fryer, which it's going to hamper him somewhat.
I think it is around 26-ish seconds pit lane lost time. I know it was a lot more in F2 because obviously they have a lower speed limit, but I think it's around maybe 26-27 seconds. So, of course, with the benefit of the undercut for now for Scarborg, as he's made his way past Golden Egg Fryer, he's going to lose that benefit towards the end of the race.
Absolutely. And Beast is just taking QWERTY again for net P3.
Said they were going to provide some brilliant racing action. They definitely are this evening. QWERTY's now closing back up to UK Beast Assassin again, heading towards turn 5. He's going to go for the move. No, he's not. Carito now. He's now well within this battle, but of course, with that time penalty, is going to set him back. We've got a few moves going down towards the lower end of the field, with SLR Southern to make his way past Zach, his Beast, and Owen and Liam now.
Lambo in the pits. No, in the pits.
Oh yeah, in the pits. So Lembow out of this race, unfortunately. Third car to retire in the pit lane is Kislesko. I can see has got damage. So that hard tyre strategy takes somewhere. Is only going to get even worse for him. He's definitely going to need a safety car now to get back into this race.
I'm intrigued at seeing Golden Egg Fry go to the softs this early. That's going to be, what, 15, 16 laps on the soft tyre? That's got to be a tough ask. Surely.
There comes QWERTY again, though, with DRS and the slipstream, heading down the main straight now here in Portimao. Pulls to the right-hand side of the Haas driver, UK Beast Assassin, and now moves back into second place. This battle's been going on for God knows how long in this race, and I've got a feeling it's going to go all the way to the checkered flag.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can't see these two being separated. Carito's going to be kicking himself about that penalty because he's not. Even if he gets ahead of these on the pit stop jump, I don't think he's going to have enough to pull away from the two of them. They will just claw him back in slowly and turn it into a three-way battle still.
I hope something happens between them. Zakis Beast is now into the pit lane as well. Out to JMC, making the move on Vapiku to turn 1, but it's gone way too deep. Has rejoined the track. And Vapiku back down the inside has been contacted. A very late dive bomb. I'm not sure if any of the two drivers have damage, but Vapiku clearly really annoyed, of course, with the strategy not working out in his favour as well. Has now been overtaken by JMC. I do wonder though when we are going to see race leader Drastic blazing, because I think without a doubt, Molly, he is going to drop behind Scarborger, but I think it is going to be how much he's going to drop behind Scarborger, because I think if you're going to pit at this point now, then surely it's going to be for the soft compound tyre.
So Scar is only 23.3 seconds off him. So I agree, it's going to be a soft tyre, softly hard. You'd expect Blaze to get it. but I mean, anything could happen between now and then. You could filter back out here behind. So if he comes out now, I reckon he'd be coming out just behind Alan on those old mediums, which will definitely impact his race and his charge forward again.
It definitely will. Scarborgers again used the majority of his battery as well, so that's not going to help him as well later on in this race, as well as the tyre disadvantage as well. But his teammate TIR Hayes just in front of him, who's also closing up to the back now of SLR Mash. He's got an egg fry, gets the fastest lap on his fresh soft compound tyres. But Hayes is still all over the back of Mash here, who's both of them had a great race.
And it looks like Vapicoop did sustain damage there from that incident with JMCs. He's just pitted onto the hard tyre and a wing change.
The driver is going to be hoping for a safety car later in this race. And we'll see if we do get it. Nearly onto lap 20 now of this race. It is still Drastic Blazer leads 8.6 seconds ahead of F1 AB QWERTY, but the net P2 man is Scarborger at the moment, who is now well within this battle with his teammate TIR Hayes, who pulls to the left hand side, lets her teammate through, and I think that's a smart call from Hayes there.
And Carito's in the pits too, so Carito's the first of those chasing the third position to act. And as you say, into the soft 13 laps, does seem more manageable. Is he going to be able to get an undercut on the other two? Is he going to force the other two into pitting? You'd hope so. Well, happening here, Beast and QWERTY. Well, Beast has just got past QWERTY SNC up into net P3, second place.
He has back into second place, as you said. As Scarborg is now going to go down the inside of SLR Marsh. Now Scar needs to make this move work if he wants to try and hold on to the lead of the race. He will come out ahead of Drastic Blaze, of course, with the humongous undercut. But we'll see if Drastic Blaze can catch up. It will more than likely be on the fresh soft compound tyres later on when he comes in a few laps' time. Scarborg, for the meantime, has made his way back up into sixth place, and I don't think he's going to encounter any more traffic until he sees Drastic Blaze once again, maybe in about 8 laps' time.
Blaze has gone another lap.
But be careful to not leave it too late.
I think that's the risk here. Yeah, Beast is pit. He's obviously reacting to Carito. QWERTY's going, oh!
Such an easy mistake to do, but it's going to give him a huge consequence later on in this race.
Oh, that's not good. Everything has now just swung QWERTY's way, with both the drivers he's fighting having penalties.
Certainly could see an F1 AB QWERTY double podium after getting his first ever SLRF2 podium in Portugal last night. He could be about to get double delight here in Portimao, maybe get a Division 2 podium to add to that list as well. But of course, 12 laps to go when we cross the line. It's still Drastic Blaze who leads, the top three yet to pit in this race. SLR Southerner has came out just behind SLR Allen, who is yet to pit as well. And Southerner's going to be hoping to try and make light work of the Red Bull, with the charging Adrian behind him, whose leadings are going to start dying out in a few laps' time. But we'll still have a bit of tyre life left in that Alpine.
You're saying Southerner's just pit. He's been on these hard tyres for 8 laps now.
I thought I saw him coming a few laps ago, but it's been a while now.
You've lost the time there. To be honest, this race has been surprisingly clean and surprisingly quick. I'm starting to wonder now if anybody's taken the risk with fuel levels here. Oh, Blaze in the pits. So our race leader and P2 drivers are both in. So let's see how strong those undercuts were.
Owen in as well.
Corey, he's onto the soft tyre.
He is. Scarborger, as we can see, will take the lead of this race on track. And of course, the net race lead, well, Carito picks up the fastest lap. Where is Drastic Blaze going to come out? He is going to come out P2, ahead of his teammate, SR Southerner, who has had a big gain from this. But will he suffer later on in the race? Hasn't really got much battery at the moment, but if you're FR Carito, you need to get past these two cars ASAP.
Blimey, those undercuts are huge for Carito and Beast. Dropping the other. Yeah, Carito is straight away past Adrian. It's no surprise there, though, really, is there?
Not waiting around, and you can see what a brilliant exit he's just got compared to Southerner. 2 steps softer tyre, heading towards turn 7 out. Is he going to think about going for the move into turn 8? It'd be a very ambitious one. But no, he's going to wait behind the McLaren. He's had a really poor exit. Can Carito make it work? He's got the outside line heading into turn 9. He's made it work as Carito on those fresh soft compound tyres. Carito up into third and now needs to try and pull that 3-second gap if he wants to get on the podium.
He's pitch direction wise perfect from Carito. Of course, Beast and Quati are going to have the pace, but they've got to get past two grizzly old vets in Adrian and Southerner who will not give up whatever they've got position-wise easily, be it P4, P5 or P6.
Comes Adrian then. Southerner is not going to have DRS on this main straight. I think it's going to be child's play here for Adrian. He pulls to the right-hand side of the McLaren, pulls it ahead of the McLaren, and up into fourth place goes Adrian, but on those dying 12-lap old medium tyres, and with just over 10 laps to go, it is going to be a stretch to make those tyres go to the end. And Drastic Blades, and with a lot extra backstreet and those fresh soft compound tyres, I've got a feeling we're going to see that gap drop heavily on this lap and potentially the next one as well.
It's already dropped 7 tenths on half a lap. Yeah, it's inevitable. This is. It's only a matter of time until Blades retakes P1. And the question is he going to get fastest lap as well, I suppose?
True, we'll see.
I don't think anyone's going to match him pace-wise. JMC or penalty.
Next culprit to pick up a penalty, as you said, active JMC, currently in P8 at the moment. He's going to drop a position due to that. Drastic Blaze, you can see 1.1. He's going to get DRS on this main straight already, so it's took him 2 laps to get within DRS range of Scarborga. I think if Drastic Blaze can make the move work here, maybe not on the main straight, but heading down into turn 4, he might actually even get it on the main straight here, Moley. He's closing in.
It looks like it. This is a... Jesus Christ.
He's made it work.
That is not a McLaren, that is a fucking Red Bull with an orange livery. Jesus Christ, that was a one over launch. And Blaze is going to get a double overtake here, 2 down the main straight.
And UK Bishop Assassin's got a double overtake as well, past Adrian and Southerner. A great double overtake.
Alright, Quarry, your next one up. Come on, don't disappoint. Get the pair of there, get moving.
Drastic Blaze already pulling a second nearly already, so as long as he doesn't over push these tyres now, he can cruise that McLaren, or should we say the rocket ship you could say, all the way to the end, because that straight line speed was incredible. He was about 6/10 back on the main straight, and with DRS and not even much battery assistance, he's managed to fly his way past the Mercedes.
Nobody else has done that yet today. He is the only one that I think is on that main straight being able to use a 6/7/10 gap.
It goes QWERTY. Sorry to interrupt. It goes QWERTY into turn 10 with the inside line. He isn't waiting around either. He knows a podium is on the line today, maybe even a P2. We will see, depending on how much Scarborga does drop off.
I mean, watching it now, both Carito and Beast are eating into Scar slowly. P1 is gone for a Scar. Can he hold on to P3? Because I think it's going to be a big ask. A really big ask.
Comes QWERTY, then pulls to the right hand side. Doesn't even need the DRS to get past SLR Southerner, and he's going to get the DRS to help him pull ahead and to help close up crucially to UK Beast Assassin, because as it stands, if we get the penalty graphics up pretty quickly, he is going to go up into P4 with Beast's 5-second penalty, and if he can get just within 3 seconds of Carito, which QWERTY's been showing some great pace so far, can get himself onto the podium. Oh, Liam's round at turn 1.
He's in P11.
He's dropped down to 12. Southerner and Adrian now. This is about for 6th place. There's been slight contact between the two. Adrian's tyres really dropping off. Southerner slides his way back through into 6th place. With 8 laps to go, which was 9 laps to go, it is Drastic Blaze who leads by about 3.5 seconds. He is absolutely cleared off out in front. Scarborga is going to be under threat on the Ferrari.
Carito has taken about a second out of him that lap. So 3-4 laps time, he's going to be under heavy fire from 3 charging drivers.
One man who's going to be under heavy fire on the main straight is going to be UK Beast Assassin, because F1 AB QWERTY is sending that Williams round every single corner as fast as he can, and he's going to send it down this main straight as fast as he can as well with DRS assistance and the slipstream. Is he going to head down into turn 1 in 4th place? We will see. No, he's not. He's going to wait behind. You saw him with a little bit of a lift there. He knows he's just got to be patient. He doesn't need to make the move. As long as he gets within 3 seconds of Carito, he knows a podium is going to be his today.
I've got to praise QWERTY to high heaven. When he joined a couple of seasons ago, he was raw. He had the natural pace, but he was overused his battery. He was aggressive into corners when he didn't need to be. This is a completely new drive we're looking at this season, and it's fucking amazing to see. I never would have thought of this was the QWERTY that joined 2 seasons ago, because it's so good to see his growth and development as a driver, and it's only going to take him further and further.
Driver imagined his F1 AB QWERTY in F1 and F2 has absolutely picked it up in F2 this season, picking up his first podium in F2 yesterday. Unfortunately missed out on a really good result in Bahrain, but here in Division 2 as well, he could be seeing another podium, doing his tally, and a double podium weekend here in Portimao. And going on round turn 14, heading towards turn 15 now, he's got an unbelievable exit compared to the Haas. You saw him lift for a slight second there, as he's going to get the DRS down this main straight. You can see him using the overtake button. DRS now engaged with the Williams driver up into 4th place, and I think if he can keep it within track limits, we could be seeing F1 AB QWERTY on the podium, and maybe even P2, because Carrito is now really starting to close it with Scarborg. Beats his penalty, now goes to 8 seconds. That's going to drop him a load of places.
I don't know. That's where I'm eating. I don't think he'd drop a load of places, because I think he's going to pull away from Southerner and Adrian. And the next closest challenger to him will be his teammate Owen Howe. But I just don't think Owen's got enough time to really eat into Beast's gap.
It's true. So Adrian's tyre now really starting to drop off. 16-lap-old mediums. Owen is going to start to close up to Adrian and Southerner in the coming laps. F1 AB QWERTY, I've just checked warnings, track limit violations, and he has got to be really careful because he's been on 2 warnings for about half the race. So even though he's being on the absolute limit with that Williams, he's also got to drive a bit cautiously as well. But one man who's sending it around this circuit as well is Drastic Blaze. Now 6 seconds clear out in front. Carrito is so close to DRS range now to Scarborg. It's again thousandth of a second he's missing it out. I think he's going to get it though, heading down towards turn 4. To go through turn 1 though at the moment with the Ferrari driver. You can see that light flashing on the back of the Mercedes. From QWERTY's view, you can see the light flashing on the back of the Ferrari. And I think he has got DRS this time around as Carrito. So QWERTY's going to be hoping they can battle and he can pounce on the both of them and get that Williams up into 2nd place, because that'd be a great result for QWERTY.
Really would be a great result for QWERTY, that. I don't think he's scored a point yet. Let me just quickly get the stuff up.
6/10 now is the gap between Carrito and Borger, and I think maybe towards the main straight, if you can keep closing this gap in the final sector, we might be seeing a move for 2nd place on track, as Vapicu is the next car to retire in the pit lane after a tough race.
Yeah, not the return to Portugal that Vapicu would have liked after having such a strong race last season. That's how it goes. It sums up his season, really. It's not been as, after a P3 of Bahrain, it's not been anywhere that he would like to be.
It's Carrito though. One now, closing in on the Mercedes. You can see him lifting off early, coasting into the corners. They're not struggling with fuel, it's just they want to stay behind on purpose. As Owen has now made the move.
Owen's made the move. Beast just had to avoid Vapicu's car going through the first couple of corners.
Sorry, he's just nearly gone straight into the back of Southerner's brake really late. Look at it so much side of Adrian Owens round. Heartbreak for the Haas driver again. He had contact on the opening lap heading towards turn 4, and on lap 29 out of 33, he's had contact again.
Oh, that's so unlucky. So I was on board with him as well there. It looked like he somewhat lagged into Adrian, didn't he? It was a really peculiar incident to see. Adrian is going to be in the chat apologising, and knowing Adrian, he'd probably self-submit against himself to try and get Owen a couple of positions back. Anyway, let's get back to the battle for 2nd place here, because QWERTY has joined it now.
Yes, he has.
In the DRS.
I think it was a matter of time since F1 AB QWERTY was going to join this battle on lap 30 now of this race. 4 laps to go. Finishes like this, it's going to be Drastic Blazer who's going to win the race, of course. The championship leader, Carito, now makes his way up into second place, but will drop down to 4th after penalties. Scarborough will hold on to the second place, but one man who's going to want to change that is F1 AB QWERTY on those fresher and quicker soft compound tyres. You can see the light flashed on the back of the Mercedes. Is QWERTY going to go for the move, using the overtake, using the slipstream, using the DRS, using the Mercedes power in that Williams, getting past the works Mercedes of Scarborough. And speaking of the work Mercedes, Hayes is now retired in the pit lane, down in 14th place. That's a 5th car retiring in the pit lane, our DNF so far. But F1 AB QWERTY, his challenge is near enough completed. He's up into 3rd place and doesn't even need to really get it past Carito. He can cruise it to the end and know he's going to get that runners-up spot.
Absolutely brilliant. I think Scar did the right thing there by not trying to over-defend that position either, because on those aging hards, he can now sit on the back of QWERTY, hopefully stay in the DRS, just to keep himself within touching distance of Carito's penalty to take P3. I don't think he had any need to challenge there. I mean, you're saying he's going to sit. It looks like QWERTY's about to take P2 on track.
Much better to get the position on track as well on penalties, but QWERTY with DRS, with the slipstream, pulls to the right-hand side of F1 Carito, heading down into turn 1. QWERTY is having an excellent race here in Portimao. He has gone from, where's he started? He started 4th and gone all the way to 2nd. And I don't think that gives it justice at all, but I think I thought he started a bit lower, to be honest.
Considering the race he's had, it is a brilliant drive.
It really is, yeah. I think, again, from where he started, doesn't really give him any justice, to be honest. I think the moves he's made, the strategy has been spot on, and if he can hold on, keep it within track limits as well, he's going to have a 2nd place coming to his way, and a Portimao double, you could say, after picking up a F2 podium yesterday. Going to pick up a Division 2 podium today with 2 laps to go now in this race.
Yeah, when you also look at the drivers he's done it against, Carito, Scar, Beast, 3 drivers you'd expect to be week in, week out at the front of Division 2. QWERTY, yeah, you normally say he's in around the mid-pack. So it's a brilliant race in that sense, especially his first points of the season. He's had 2 DNFs and a P12 finish. He will be over the bloody moon with this.
One way to kickstart your season. This is the kind of result that could change a season in a division like this, in a championship like this, where it's been so close for the opening 3 rounds, but it is not close out in front at the moment. What, 7.6 seconds for the championship leader, Drastic Blaze, to extend his championship lead with 2 laps to go, and he's been absolutely dominant out in front. I don't think he's looked in doubt to win this race, to be honest, Molly.
Not at all, no. It's as soon as he survived the lap 1, you knew it was coming. That's all he had to do, was keep out in front. Lap 1, he had the pace. He's shown the pace all in qualifying and the race. He was going to walk it. And an interesting side note: if he does win this, it's our 4th different race winner of the season. He's
like
yet
F1
to win a
2012
race.
all over again.
It really is. It was said in the chat before the season, how many winners do we think we're going to have? And people were saying we're going to have 10 to 12 people that will win races because everybody was so damn close. 4 races in, 4 different winners. Phenomenal stuff.
Monaco Grand Prix next week, and that normally likes to spice up some drama and some funky crashes. And we have got a yellow flag at the back. It is Kislesko who has done a Liam at turn 1, and he's going to drop down to 15th place. And a race to forget for Liam as well, as he's dropped down to 14th. Has pit again for soft tyres to try and steal the fastest lap, who is currently held by FRL Carito in 3rd place. He's going to drop down to 4th if he can't pull that 3-second gap. Scarborough heading on to the final lap now. Moley, I think really we haven't really got any battles that are close. I think we should just focus on the race leader. The man who is near enough every single lap of this race, obviously apart from when he pit. Drastic Blaze, the championship leader, is going to extend his championship lead by a hefty margin out in front.
The only thing to keep an eye on is the gap between Beast and Southerner, because of course Beast needs to get that to 8 seconds to keep hold of P5. And he's been slowly increasing it, but maybe he's left a little too late to do.
With a sector to go now for Drastic Blaze. It has never looked in doubt since he was holding on to the lead after the first lap. And with 2 more corners to go, the championship leader is going to win his first race of this season. Here in season 11 of Summit League Racing Division 2, Drastic Blaze now rounds the final corner of turn 15 for one final time here in Portimao to win the Division 2 race. It is Drastic Blaze for McLaren, and it is going to be 25 points to his name. And F1 AB QWERTY, a fantastic drive to make it a Portimao double. His first podium in F2 yesterday, and it is going to be a Division 2 podium here tonight. F1 AB QWERTY second. Scarborga holds on to third place after penalties. He'll be happy with that result in the end with the strategy call. Carrito gets fourth. Southerner does get UK Beast Assassins in the end, as well as Adrian. He finishes sixth. Beast drops to seventh. Active JMC will finish 8th in the end. Owen, after a tough race, will finish 10th with SLR Marsh jumping in ahead of penalties. Golden Egg Fire will finish 11th, the unlucky Liam position. Alan looks to finish 12th. It's going to be Zaki's Beast who will finish 13th. Liam, after a tough race, will finish 14th, and Kislesko will finish 15th. But after that race, Moley, who is your driver of the day going to? Because I think maybe go to 2 or 3 drivers.
Difficult ones to do today. Because, of course, Blaze has gone pure Max Verstappen and controlled the race perfectly. But then you look at the likes of QWERTY, Beast Assassin, Carrito. The battling they gave us was absolutely fantastic. Give me a couple of minutes there. I can't call that one straight away.
Get your votes in the chat as well, and we'll see what you guys think as well to who the driver of the day is going to be. It does go to Golden Fryer for the game. Of course, we're in the comms box. We get the priority, but we're going to see the podium celebrations now. As that's probably the only thing Justin Blaze done wrong today is fall over on the podium, but he wins the Portuguese Grand Prix here in Division 2. It is F1 AB QWERTY picking up the runners-up spot after a great race, and Scarborga will finish third, the final podium position.
Echo.
That was a very loud echo.
Yeah, no, I picked it now, don't worry. Mic in the wrong position. Bugged controller.
Right. Here is the question: are either of the other two going to join us? I know Blaze doesn't like to talk, and I've got no idea if QWERTY's going to have a mic.
I hope he does. See if I can drop him a pig.
I don't think I finished on the podium with any of them before, so I ain't got a clue.
I'll give him a ping. But again, we're going to go through the classification once more. Drastic Blaze wins here in Division 2 to extend his championship lead. F1 AB QWERTY finishes second place today, and Scarborga final podium position. Carrito drops to P4 after penalties. It is SLR Southerner in P5 with Adrian 6th place, UK Beast Assassin 7th, Active GMC 8th. SLR Marsh 9th, and Owen Howe rounds out the top 10 in the end after having contact a few times in that race. Hoping for a better